Sit back, relax, and enjoy listening. Member 1 looks at him directly. What changed? The question hangs in the air. RK looks around at all of them. For a moment, he says nothing. Then, slightly confused, he asks, what changed about what? Member 1 smiles slightly. About you. RK raises an eyebrow. Me. Member 2 nods. You've been different since this morning. Member 3 adds. Not in a bad way. Just. He searches for the right words. Different. Member 4 nods. Calmer. More focused. Member 5 points toward RK's notebook. And you actually finished the song. RK glances down at the notebook in his hand. So. Member 5 gives him a look. Yesterday you were ready to throw the whole thing away. I wasn't. RK immediately answers. I never thought of throwing it away. Member 5 laughs. Fine. You weren't ready to throw it away. You just looked like you wanted to argue with every sentence you wrote. A few of them laugh. RK shakes his head. I was thinking. Member 2 smiles. You were thinking too much. RK doesn't argue with that. He simply looks at them. Member 3 speaks again. That's what we're asking. What happened between yesterday and today? RK is quiet. His fingers shift slightly around the edge of the notebook. Now he understands what they're really asking. And immediately, his mind goes back to last night. Standing in front of SV. The quiet room. The things he had finally admitted to himself. The realization that had changed something inside him. His eyes lower for a moment. But saying it out loud, he isn't sure how they will react. Or even if he wants to yet. It's nothing. Member 5 immediately looks at the others. There. What did I tell you? Member 4 laughs softly. Classic RK. RK gives them a faintly amused look. Why are you all making such a big deal out of one day? Member 2 shrugs. Because we know you. And yesterday wasn't normal for you. RK doesn't answer. Member 1 watches him for another moment. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. We're just concerned. RK's expression softens slightly. He gives a small smile. There's nothing to worry about. Member 1 gives a small nod. Okay. Then forget we asked. The conversation begins to loosen. Member 5 leans back against the mirror. Well, at least we tried. Member 3 laughs. Exactly. Back to guessing then. Jill remains quiet. He doesn't say anything. He simply watches RK. RK looks around at them again. They have accepted his answer. They aren't pushing him. They aren't trying to force an explanation out of him. They are simply concerned. That's all. And somehow, that makes RK hesitate. He looks at them one by one. These were the people who had stood beside him through everything. Just a month ago, when the daughter of a foreign country's president had accused him, the entire country had questioned him. People had doubted his words. People had judged him before knowing the truth. But these people, not one of them had doubted him. Not even once. They had stood by him through the entire situation. They had trusted him when almost everyone else was questioning him. They had never asked him to prove himself before choosing to believe him. They simply believed him. They stayed. Even when the situation became difficult. Even when they didn't know everything that was happening. And yesterday, when RK himself didn't understand what was happening inside his own head, they had stayed close without forcing him to explain. His eyes move across the room again. His people. His family. And suddenly, RK realizes something. He had been treating this like something he needed to keep hidden. But why? Not from them. Not after everything. One by one, the members begin gathering their things. Member 2 picks up his bag. Member 5 checks his phone. Member 3 reaches for his jacket. The conversation slowly breaks apart as everyone prepares to leave. RK remains where he is. His eyes follow them quietly. Then, actually, everyone pauses. Member 1 looks back. RK is still holding the notebook in one hand. He looks at all of them. For a moment, he almost says nothing. Then he takes a quiet breath. I realized something.